आपका क्या बनना है?
I'm seeing more and more that growth is not so much about adding on as it is about letting go. It is when you break free from obstacles that you get to soar high. You reach new heights and then bam, land in a whole new dimension where you could go be your true free self. So join me as we wander around this other dimension, or magical land of Gilgit Baltistan, in the last of a 3-part series. Shangri-La Resort. I'd been wanting to visit this ever since I saw a picture on some piece of marketing over a decade ago. And you can't really tell in this clip, but the lake is actually a heart-shaped lake. You see? And why in the world is there a plane parked in the resort, you might ask? Well, that's because the hotel's founder drew inspiration from a book titled Lost Horizon by James Hilton, where an airplane had crash-landed near a utopia of Buddhist monks. So, he also found a plane that had crash-landed somewhere in Skardu and placed it at his hotel. We were only planning on staying in this area for a night, maybe 2, but due to a massive landslide and roads being blocked, we ended up here for 3 nights at 3 different accommodations, and one of them was a military guest house. Check it out.
My view for the night. And there is the very famous Shangri-La Hotel. That's the dude that's taking care of us. He's amazing. He fed us some amazing biryani just a minute ago. And we are going to be holding a barbecue somewhere here on this lawn, but this is an army compound. And it's at par with that renowned hotel right over there. The awesome servers at this guest house have made us some barbecue, and we're going to be having it lakeside. ये हमारे शहजादा चिकन. ये भी है बिरयानी आपने बनाई थी ना? ये yes. You see that light way up there, like the second layer? That is where we were this morning.
क्या नाम है आपका? आपदा? क्या बनना है बड़ा? हैं? अच्छा, हम लोग पैसे नहीं देते.
एकेंसी कापी ते पेंशन
चाहिए?
दे दो. ये आपकी. आप बड़े होके क्या बनोगे?
पुलिस अफसर.
अरे
आप
दो
और तू
पुलिस वाले.
और तू क्या बनसी? तू फौजी बनसी.
फौजी क्या बनना है? अच्छा, 2 फौजी 2 पुलिस वाले एक साथ काम करोगे.
क्या पार्टी?
बिलावल.
चलो ना.
और आपको?
मैं भी
बिलावल. दोनों बिलावल. We're chilling at a cafe. It's called Upshark Cafe. It was in the middle of the road. We saw it. They have fresh trout live. Thought we'd go ahead and try it because it's the specialty in this area. You just saw me catch 1 or 2, and we took it into the hut and finished the rest of the preparation. I love the location. The location is really, really cool. It's busy. Our feet are kind of dipped into the cold river, and the water is coming down from the glacier. But so far, it's been an amazing experience. Let's just hope the food's going to be just as good.
भगवान है. सलेमान, सकलैन भाई, हमारा आज का हीरो है. हीरो.
Deo Sai National Park begins to wow you immediately upon entry. It's comprised of two words, Deo meaning giant and Sai meaning shadow. And for centuries, it's been believed that this land is haunted by giants, thus given the name Shadow of the Giant. Now, I didn't see any giants, nor did I see a single tree on these plains that spread over 3,000 square kilometers. But I did see why Pakistan's biodiversity and geography have very few parallels in the world. The national park was established for one main reason, and that was to provide a sanctuary for the Himalayan brown bears who are still at the brink of extinction. But more on that in a second from Mr. Muhammad Ibrahim, who has been working at the park for 22 years and was nice enough to serve us some piping hot tea, and he told us a little bit more about the bears.
बताएं दियो साई की हिस्ट्री जो आप बता रहे थे शुरू से
तारीख दियो साई की हिस्ट्री है कि 93 में ये नेशनल किया गया और इसको बिलखुसूस फोकस इसका ब्राउन बियर की आबादी खत्म होती जा रही थी
जी।
तो अब उसकी आबादी बढ़ती जा रही है। ब्राउन बियर को 4 से 5 महीने के लिए हाइबरनेशन में भी जाती है। सिस्टम यह है कि इनकी आबादी बहुत कम होती है क्योंकि 3 साल के बाद एक या 2 बच्चे होते हैं।
अच्छा।
3 साल बाद
Funny story here. I was dared by one of those dudes to take a dip in the ice-cold river like the locals do. Little did he know, I was planning on doing that anyway, because I was filthy from being on a partially constructed dusty road. He even put a free breakfast on the line.
That's cold, man.
We all learned something that day. I learned that grown men can sound like seagulls when touched by ice-cold water in sensitive areas of the body. Chacha, as I fondly called the guy that dared me, learned not to place wagers with crazy-ass foreigners. So I returned back from my icy plunge, soaking wet, no towel. He said he'd be back in 2 minutes. Well, we never saw him again. His friend, though, did stay behind, and we all had a good laugh and some well-deserved hot cups of tea.
That was fun.
This dal is the best dal I have ever had. Everything is perfect, but what makes it slightly different is the smoked flavor in the end. I've never had anything like that before. So I made sure to record it. Some eggs, hot tea after dipping into ice cold water, and that's the view.
It doesn't even make sense why I think about you. It was only one night, only that time, and it's not my style to be caught up in the middle like this. Now I dream about you.
The path to the lake is lined with one enormous parking lot with the most colorful four-wheel drives I've ever seen in one place, and food stalls serving hot tea and freshly made snacks.
किसी को शुगर है उसके लिए रात को नींबू गरम दूध के साथ जलियान हो इतला में मसाले का गर्मी हो तो सबसे पहले बाद में कतरा आता है या ब्रेक शो कमजोर है ब्रेक नहीं लगता है चिकन कम लगता है या किसी माई बहन बेटे को लकोरिया होता है समझे उसके लिए सुबह नहा को कच्चे दूध के साथ.
It's like jello, and it comes from these rocks.
Heading towards the water, I could understand why this lake holds the reputation it does. I've seen many lakes in my lifetime, and this one ranks right up there, despite all the tourists. The way the majestic mountains embrace the body of water is something to witness firsthand. I highly recommend walking around the lake, if you can, which can take up to an hour. And if you come up against a gnarly stream, keep walking through it for the most thrilling experience. Or get a horseback ride if you want to. I didn't.
But I'm gonna dive into you. And maybe I'll drown, but what can I do? And it will be alright to let me down. I'd rather we try than to let these feelings slide. So I'm gonna dive into you. Dive into you. Dive into you. Dive into you. Dive into you.
साहब ये क्या बन रहा है? कढ़ाई? We are hanging out in Naran Market. It's a huge bazaar. The vibes here are pretty cool. Lots of coffee. He's drinking Milo. I'm having coffee. Slightly sweet for my taste, but it's pretty good. It surpassed my expectations. Better than Starbucks. That is also the specialty here. It's actually pretty tasty here in Pakistan. Slightly spicy, the salt is always perfect. And I personally like the chicken corn soup here more than the Chinese restaurants back home in the US. कलेजी है वापसी आना पड़ेगा इसके लिए
मटन या मुर्गी
मटन
ओके अल्लाह का शुक्र आओ तुसी
नहीं पीछे से The ram kadhai just came through steaming and it was cooked in a pressure cooker. Naan and view. Naran is cracking today. सवाल को बाबू जी कैसे हो ठीक हो कितने टाइम से आप ये काम कर रहे हैं
सर मुझे ये दूसरा साल
पूरा रेस्टोरेंट आपने अकेले संभाला हुआ तो मुझे आप ये बताएं कि उन्होंने तो फेंकी मार दी थी 2 घंटे में तो पाए नहीं बनते कितने देर में बनते हैं ये पाए
इसको टाइम लगता है
कितना टाइम लगता है इसको
प्रेशर लगाने में इसको तकरीबन 7-8 घंटे लग जाते हैं
7-8 घंटे में ही बनता है पूरा Oh my god That's cartilage has to be It legitimately just dissolves in my mouth. The peppers are good. What I could use, which I should put in here, is lemon, some cut up ginger, and cilantro. Usually it comes with that. We don't have it just yet, but we're about to put it in there. But the meat has been cooked perfectly. A good sign of good pie is when your fingers are left sticky as hell. So find the nearest faucet or bring hand wipes.
Many people like me meet their true self again while on a journey. Next time you take a trip, take stock on what moved you, changed you, and what you're taking home with you. I promise you, these learnings will come full circle when needed most, as long as you shelf them appropriately. What's up guys? What is going on? This is Tab. Thank you so much for watching this video. If exploring new destinations, eating different kinds of foods, or experiencing new cultures happens to be your thing too, make sure to hit the bell icon somewhere over there so you don't miss a thing. Thank you so much for being here.